He swaggered more boldly, held his head more erect, and walked as he thought gentlemen should. He felt a desire to inform the passers-by. "My name is Duroy de Cantel." Scarcely had he entered his apartments when the thought of Madame de Marelle rendered him uneasy, and he wrote to her immediately, appointing a meeting for the following day. "It will be hard," thought he. "There will be a quarrel, surely." The next morning he received a telegram from Madame, informing him that she would be with him at 1 o'clock. He awaited her impatiently, determined to confess at once, and afterward to argue with her, to tell her that he could not remain a bachelor indefinitely, and that as Monsieur de Marelle persisted in living, he had been compelled to choose someone else as a legal companion. When the bell rang, his heart gave a bound. Madame de Marelle entered and cast herself into his arms, saying, "Good afternoon, Bel-Ami." Perceiving that his embrace was colder than usual, she glanced up at him and asked, "What ails you?" "Take a seat," said he. "We must talk seriously." She seated herself without removing her hat and waited. He cast down his eyes. He was preparing to commence. Finally he said slowly, "My dear friend, you see that I am very much perplexed, very sad, and very much embarrassed by what I have to confess to you. I love you. I love you with all my heart, and the fear of giving you pain grieves me more than what I have to tell you." She turned pale, trembled, and asked, "What is it? Tell me quickly." He said sadly but resolutely, "I am going to be married." She sighed like one about to lose consciousness. Then she gasped, but did not speak. He continued, "You cannot imagine how much I suffered before taking that resolution. But I have neither position nor money. I am alone in Paris. I must have near me someone who can counsel, comfort, and support me. What I need is an associate, an ally, and I have found one." He paused, hoping that she would reply, expecting an outburst of furious rage, reproaches, and insults. She pressed her hand to her heart and breathed with difficulty. He took the hand resting on the arm of the chair, but she drew it away and murmured as if stupefied, "Oh my God!" He fell upon his knees before her, without, however, venturing to touch her, more moved by her silence than he would have been by her anger. "Claude, my little Claude, you understand my position. Oh, if I could have married you, what happiness it would have afforded me! But you were married. What could I do? Just think of it. I must make my way in the world, and I could never do so as long as I have no domestic ties. If you knew, there are days when I should like to kill your husband." He spoke in a low, seductive voice. He saw 2 tears gather in Madame de Marelle's eyes and trickle slowly down her cheeks. He whispered, "Do not weep, Claude, do not weep, I beseech you. You break my heart." She made an effort to appear dignified and haughty, and asked, though somewhat unsteadily, "Who is it?" moment he hesitated before he replied. Madeleine Forestier. Madame de Marelle started. Her tears continued to flow. She rose. Duroy saw that she was going to leave him without a word of reproach or pardon, and he felt humbled, humiliated. He seized her gown and implored, "Do not leave me thus." She looked at him with that despairing, tearful glance, so charming and so touching, which expresses all the misery pent up in a woman's heart, and stammered, "I have nothing to say. I can do nothing. You are right. You have made a good choice." And disengaging herself, she left the room. With a sigh of relief at escaping so easily, he repaired to Madame Forestier's, who asked him, "Have you told Madame de Marelle?" He replied calmly, "Yes." "Did it affect her?" "Not at all. On the contrary, she thought it an excellent plan." The news was soon noised abroad. Some were surprised, others pretended to have foreseen it, and others again smiled, inferring that they were not at all astonished. The young man who signed his articles, dit de Cantel, his echoes, du Roi, and his political sketches, du Roi, spent the best part of his time with his betrothed, who had decided that the day fixed for the wedding should be kept secret, that the ceremony should be celebrated in the presence of witnesses only, that they should leave the same evening for Rouen, and that the day following they should visit the journalist's aged parents and spend several days with them. Duroy had tried to persuade Madeleine to abandon that project, but not succeeding in his efforts, he was finally compelled to submit. End of chapter 9. Recording by Martin Lisa in Hazel.